Hi, I'm Angela Kelly, and I want to talk to you today about some of the first steps in overcoming abuse. I had a friend at the time who would say over and over to me, be strong, be yourself, and move forward. And I remember thinking, how? I had never felt more weak in my entire life. I just felt so completely beat up. I felt like my nerves were just shot. I couldn't get my thinking together. I was exhausted. And I thought, how? I know I have to find strength from some other source than myself because I don't have it. And I also had always been able to kind of, that saying about pull yourself up by your bootstraps and just keep going, and I had always been able to do that. And when I hit a wall and I just was no longer able to do that, I thought, okay, then I have to figure out how to be strong, where to get that strength, and how to connect to that strength. And of course, I knew that the only strength there was from my Creator and the one who loves me, which is God the Father and His Son Jesus Christ. Now, even that being said, that was at least I had that knowledge base that God loved me, even though at the time I didn't feel it. And I knew Jesus loved me because of his sacrifice for me. But that was more head knowledge. I didn't feel it at that time. And I didn't know how to connect with the source of strength that I needed in order to, A, survive and hopefully at some point, um, live an abundant life, not just survive. And I knew I had to somehow connect. So I remember sitting there and thinking, how? How do I connect to a source of strength? How can I be strong? I want to be strong. I need to be strong, not only for myself, but for my children. And I don't know how. So I remember thinking these things. And basically, it started with a prayer. It just started with an expressed need out loud to whoever was listening. I just said, God, I know you're there. I can't feel you right now, but I know you're here and I know you love me. And I need your strength. I don't have it in me to pull myself up and keep going. I don't know how to connect to your strength, but I need your strength. And I felt like he told me you can't really connect to that strength unless you have hope. And I thought, okay, what's hope? I had no hope at that time, and that's part of the reason why I got to the point where I couldn't handle things anymore, and there had to be a change, was because I no longer had any hope. I had hopes in a person changing. I had hopes that all my prayers would come to fruition and this person would change, and it turned out to be a false hope. So I had to get connected to a hope that would not change, that was an absolute, in order for me to feel grounded, in order for me to know that, I guess, to have the courage to move forward, to be strong. Like, if you don't have hope, then the underlying thought or feeling is, well, what's the point? I put all of my energies, all of my effort, all of my prayers and tears and struggles into hoping for something that did not happen. It never happened. So, kind of, what was the point? So, first I had to figure out how to get connected to a hope that was secure. So, I had to say, okay, initially I had a hope that was a false hope because God cannot and will not force himself on another human being. It doesn't matter how much you prayed for him. It doesn't matter how much you loved him. It doesn't matter how many hoops you jumped through, how perfect you were, how perfect you looked, how perfect your house was. None of that matters, because God cannot and will not force himself on somebody. It has to be their choice, because he made a promise that he didn't want slaves. He wanted friends. And so therefore he can't do that, and he won't do that. We sometimes can't see how much effort and energy that he's putting out there trying to soften the heart of that person, how many opportunities he's putting in front of them to be willing to change, to be willing to not lean on their own understanding, to seek him, to soften their hearts, or to expand their understanding. But that person still has the choice to say, no, I will do it my way. I am not submitting, I'm not humbling myself before God. And we have no ability to make that choice for another human being. So it isn't God that failed us. Our hope can be secure in God, even though he, quote, didn't answer our prayers. He couldn't answer those prayers because the other person made a choice and said, no, thank you. But we can get our hopes put back into the Lord even after feeling abandoned, even after feeling that he didn't hear our prayers, by coming back into the truth that God is good, that God our Father never left us nor forsook us, that he was there even though we really were so full of pain that we really couldn't feel much else. We also were losing perspective of things because of the pain level being as high as it was. But that doesn't mean that the truth is the truth. God was there. God was carrying us. God is still carrying us. He is here. And we can put our hope securely in him, because he says, I am the truth. I can't lie. I am the truth. So when I say these promises to you, you can trust me. You can trust me even though your life is crashing around you right now. Because I am the way, I am the truth, and I am the life. And I haven't left you, and I haven't forsook you. So that's the first step in being strong, is being connected solidly to a real and living hope that cannot change. He says, I'm the same yesterday, today, and forever. And just saying, I trust you, God, I know you're here, is the beginning of getting connected again to your source of strength and courage to face what comes and to sort through all of this stuff that's on you right now. So, my love to you, all God's blessings on you, and I tell you, be strong. God's strength is with you.